Question number 55. Are all the globes spinning through space inhabited? Answer: yes. And contrary to what earthlings believe, they themselves are far from being first in intelligence, goodness, and perfection. Nevertheless, there are individuals who think they know the whole truth of the matter and imagine that this little planet is the only one privileged enough to be inhabited by reasoning beings. Pride and vanity. They fancy that God has created the universe only for earthlings. Author's remarks. God has populated all worlds with living beings, all working toward the final objective of Providence. To believe that living beings are limited only to their own particular spot in the universe is to doubt the wisdom of God. However, God has never made anything without a purpose and must have intended these worlds to fulfill a more important role than simply entertaining our eyes. Moreover, there is nothing in the Earth's position, size, or composition that could reasonably support the notion that to the exclusion of many thousands of similar worlds, it alone is privileged with being inhabited. Question number 56. Is the physical composition of all the different globes the same? Answer: no, they do not resemble one another at all. Question number 57. Since the physical composition of all the various worlds is not the same, do the beings inhabiting them have a different physical organization? Answer: of course, just as on yours, fish are made for living in the water and birds for living in the air. Question number 58. Do the worlds farthest from the sun lack light and heat, since the sun would appear only as a distant star to them? Answer: do you believe that the sun is the only source of light and heat? What about electricity? On some worlds, electricity plays a role unknown to you, which is much more important than the role it plays on Earth. Besides, we have never said that all beings are made of the same matter as you, with organs similar to yours. Author's remarks. The existence of beings on the various worlds depends on the appropriate environmental conditions in which they are intended to live. If we had never seen fish, we would not understand how certain beings could live in water. The same applies to other worlds, which no doubt contain elements unknown to us on the earth itself. Do we not see the long polar nights being illumined by the electricity of the aurora borealis? On other worlds, is it not possible that electricity is more abundant than on ours and performs a general role with effects we cannot comprehend? Hence, it could well be that those worlds self-contain the light and heat sources required by their inhabitants,